All right, first off, I'm going to start off with my impression of like a person that's like kind of scared about doing open mic. All right, that's my impression. They don't open their eyes. I told my boss I needed Friday off from work, and my boss came up to me and asked me for a strawberry Rita, and then I knew I was in trouble. And then on Monday, my boss came up to me and she said, "Hey, did you have a fun time at the Country Crossings Music Festival? I saw you there." And I'm like, am I fired? She's like, no. I was helping out at the Country Crossings Festival. I guess I'm just going to do stories. I was in the beer garden, and it was such a traumatic experience that I'm never going to volunteer again. And anyway, all the people left, and there was only 3 of us, and then there was 1,000 drunk, angry people that wanted beer and liquor. And then there was the OLC there, and so then I'm like, uh-oh, what am I going to do? And then they're like, we can't get you any help unless a fight starts. And I'm like, oh, I could start a fight, kind of like tonight, right? And I'm like, all I gotta do is instigate someone. And I said, hey ma'am, you can't have any more beer. Well, that'll instigate someone right away. I'm not gonna serve you because you're intoxicated. Well, I don't know about you, but there's nowhere to escape in these beer gardens. And the lady comes and she jumps over the top of the table. And then like I have metal barriers because I'm in the VIP section. And I have to jump over the metal barriers. And then finally they wrestle the lady to the ground, but it was crazy. And then, I'm just gonna tell stories. And then this other guy really, really wanted a beer, so he jumped over the metal barriers to like get a drink. And then I thought it was cool. Make an effort, right? Thirsty. It was hot out. All right. One more quick story, and then I'll let you guys go. So then I left the beer garden, and I took on my volunteer t-shirt backstage, and then I put on my normal clothes, and then I went back out into the VIP garden, and I snuck back in. Well, these VIPs have spent a lot of money for their exclusive tickets, and Mr. Keith Urban, you guys ever heard of him? He came, yeah. Well, the next day I get to work, and they say that there was a riot during the Keith Urban concert. And I'm like, what riot? I'm like, I was there and there was no riot. And then, come on, man. I've never been to a concert, for one thing, with chairs. And 2, I've never seen people pay such incredible amounts of money and not had to sit like 50 or 60 feet away. But anyways, as I'm sitting in the VIP beer garden drinking my beer, all these people are told to come forward by Mr. Urban. And to me, that's a regular concert. That's what you do. You go forward. But not according to the fire marshal. And so Mr. Urban had to issue an apology. I don't know. I'm still upset by it. And just hashtag Country Music Festival, hashtag Mr. Urban. I'm not going to ever volunteer again. It's a great show, and he looked good in his t-shirt. That's my last time ever volunteering. It's kind of like I relate it to like what happened tonight. Like if somebody, so one more quick story and then I'll go. So at work, I had 3 people ask me today if I was pregnant. First couple people, I was just like, no, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. The 3rd lady asked me this, and I exploded, kind of like what happened down here, you know? And I go to her and I say, hey, I don't ask you why you don't dye your hair. Why are you missing all your teeth? Do you do meth? And are you working here with me on the factory line because you have several felonies? Well, needless to say, we had to have a boss come over. But she was the one that got in trouble for discrimination. All right, bye. Thanks, Phoenix Clubhouse. Give it up for